Hi, I'm Nixie, and today we are in the kitchen because I have some Miniverse Make It Mini from scratch capsules to open. Now, if I understand correctly, with these ones, instead of having like a plastic cake base, you've got to make it with whatever ingredients, let's say, they've included. Now, I did see online a pinhole guide for these, however, the locations on that were nowhere near the locations on the capsules I found in store. So let's just open and we'll see what we get, and I'll show you on each one where the pinhole is for mine in case yours happen to be the same place if you buy them. So essentially we are just hoping for something good. I was hoping it might be better. Right, so first capsule, and let's see what is inside here. So first we seem to have a sort of plasticky mat. We have some strawberry dough, so I'm guessing maybe a cake. Some cookie dough. In this bag we have... Okay, so it looks like we might have cookies then. It's got a tray, a palette knife, a cookie cutter, and what looks like some stamps. In here we get tweezers and a rolling pin. And final bag, we get some cookie butter icing and a nozzle. Right, we then have a little table, and for the cloche top, it's more like a little handle. Oh, sorry, missed that. In tissue, we have a baking tray, plus all the usual guides, and the collector's guide. Right, so let's have a little look at what we could get. So we've got confetti cake, a choco berry cake, a panda birthday cake, which I really would like, some brownies, a birthday sheet cake, which that looks cute, some red velvet mini bundt cakes, and a pink lemonade bundt cake, choco pistachio cupcakes, lemon lavender cupcakes, espresso pie, peach pie, strawberry sunny cookies, which I think is what we've got here, brown butter sunny cookies, and then finally vanilla kitty cookies and choco kitty cookies. So let's see what we're meant to do. So mix the two cookie doughs together and roll them out on that plastic mat. Cut them out with the cutter and press on the little stamp. Leave them for 15 minutes and then put them on our baking tray. Again, leave them for 15 minutes. Then put our icing in the middle, leave for 10 minutes. Put the topper on, leave for 20 minutes. So this is going to take a while. So we'll do them, and I do have more of these capsules, so we'll sort of make, and while everything's setting we'll start doing others. So here are our two doughs, and they're slightly wetter looking than I was expecting, but I guess we'll just mix them and see what happens. Okay, so here we are, we've just got a lighter shade of pink now. I'm not really sure why they didn't just provide you with this, other than to make you feel like you're doing more by mixing two things together. It does have a bit of a bubblegum colour now. Interestingly, obviously we've not got any resin for setting, so I wonder if the whole range is just air dry stuff. We'll see what else we get. Roll it out now with our rolling pin. I'm not really sure what thickness we're aiming for, but that's probably alright. So here's our little cutter, and I guess we just press and cut out. I think we were meant to have 6, but that's fine. I'll do 4 and then we'll roll it and get some more. So just pull all of this away. So these are our two stamps, so just try and get that central. So that looks something like that, and I think a happy little suns is what it was going for. Right, so we now have 6, and we've got to leave these for 15 minutes to dry, and then we've got to put them on a cooling rack to dry for another 15 minutes. So while we're waiting, let's open another one. And on this one, the pinhole is right here. So, right, let's see what we get. Come on. Ah, yes. Right, so we can already see this one is different. It looks like some sort of little cupcakes. So if we open this up, so we've got our table, cloche topper, a mini cupcake pan, some flower decorations, some choco cake mix. In here we have a mixing bowl. Oh look, it's pink to match the kitchen. That is magnificent. In this bag we get tweezers and a spatula. In this paper I'm guessing this might be some sort of cake stand. Let's see what's in this one. Okay, yeah, so some plates. Let's see if we can assemble this. Okay, so it looks like it kind of just slots in like that. And the same for the bottom. We then put our plates on, and there is our little cake stand. Right, so in this bag we get some pistachio whipped frosting, and in our final bag, some chocolate syrup. So this is what we're aiming for, choco pistachio cupcakes. So we need to stir the chocolate syrup with the cake mix, pour it in, then leave for 1.5 hours. Okay, this is going to be a long video for me, less so for you, you don't have to wait that. We take them out, put the topping on. Oh, I hope there is a nozzle for that. Yes, we have a nozzle. Then put the flowers on and leave for 20 minutes. Well, we'd better get cracking then if we've got to wait 1 hour. Did I say 1 hour and a half? 1/4 hours if I did. So 1/4 hours for them to set. I am really loving this pink bowl. I'm also glad if this is a bit liquidy that they've provided a little lip there to pour. Okay, so our cake mix is actually pink. Let's just cut that open and tip it all out. Right, so that was a lot more liquidy than I thought. Right, so that's all of our chocolate syrup in there. Now we mix. So we will mix, as I said, for a minute until it's all gone together and I guess a little less running. Right, so I've been mixing it all up and we're now up to this sort of consistency. So it is a bit thicker now. So now we're going to have to pour it into our mould, and it is sort of like a silicone-y kind of mould. Let's pour and see what happens. Suddenly got gloopier, so it's got thicker in the last couple of seconds. Come on. I think we're just going to have to hope for the best, sort of gloop some in. I have to skim some off the top. Right, I'm just going to borrow the palette knife from the other thing to help me do stuff. We'll get it in and then we'll just scoop and wipe and yeah. So essentially what I'm trying to do is sort of push it down to make sure it is all in the mould and then kind of scraping and then we'll wipe and I don't know, we're going to do something. Okay, so this is where we're at. As I said, I sort of scraped and then I was using a tissue to kind of wipe off the excess. And that's something. You know, I did purposely not watch any videos of anyone making any of this range because I wanted to come at it fresh, but maybe I could have got some tips if I had. Never mind, at least you will be forewarned about those. Maybe pouring quick while it's still a bit liquidy. So while we're waiting forever for that to dry, let's put our cookies on the baking tray. So hopefully they're set enough to at least come off. Just peel them because they don't seem to want to come off with the spatula. Right, there we go, and I guess now that will help the bottom of them dry, and we'll give it another 15 and we'll open the final capsule. So on the last capsule, the pinhole is all the way up here. Hopefully it is going to be a good one. So my aim was essentially just to get 3 different ones, as the pinhole guide did not work on, well, did not match what I found online, so yeah. 3 different pinholes, hopefully 3 different items inside. So, let's see. So we've got our little table, we have some sprinkles, gloss top. In here we have tweezers and spatula. Seems we have another pink mixing bowl. So another cake by the seams of it, but sprinkles, so at least it's a different cake. We have here a cake stand, and also, okay, so a mini round cake pan, so possibly 1 cake rather than cupcakes. In here we have brown butter. In this one we have whipped frosting in party pink. In here we have another cake tin. And then finally our cake mix. So this one is the confetti cake. So we mix the butter and cake mix for 1 minute, pour it in and leave it for the 1¼ hours. Take them out, put the frosting in. Okay, leave that for 10 minutes. Then put the sprinkles on and then leave for it. Oh my goodness, this one's even longer. I'm interested that you leave that for 10 minutes and then put the sprinkles on. Does it not set very well in 10 minutes? Should we not put the sprinkles on first? We'll see how it comes out. So this time our cake mix is a more peachy colour. And we shall pour it in. And we're going to try and redeem ourselves. I'm putting the cake tins here now, and we're going to try pour quicker, I think, before it starts setting too much. So here's the butter, and it's very luminous yellow. We will pour that in and start mixing. Okay, so I have mixed for exactly a minute now, and we're going to pour straight away. So it is actually still liquid and hopefully therefore easier. See, this is what we want with the cakes. Just pour it in quickly. Okay, so I think that is a lesson. Don't overwork and mix it too long, because it starts solidifying too much. So we'll just try and pour as much of this in as possible so it goes right to the brim. You know, this does feel like real cake making, sort of scraping out mixture into the bowl. So it's quite fun then. Like, you do feel like you are making real cake, I guess. So now we let these set. Right, so now that these are, I guess, set enough, it's been another 15 minutes, let's put the icing on, put them together, and then we can leave them to dry while everything else is taking their, like, hours. So nozzle top on the icing, and I'm hoping this is just going to be an easy sort of, not sure that colour goes with pink, but never mind, we'll just squidge some in the middle, and then squidge them down and hope for the best. Just pick this up so we can work on it a bit more. So I guess we just squidge. Kind of thicker on one side than the other, but I'm not sure there's that much we can do about that now. We will try and improve for this next one. Try and get it a little bit more evenly distributed all the way around, I guess. Press. Something like that. This is called cookie butter, but is cookie butter like a sort of peanut buttery stuff? Because that's the kind of colour this is. So again, let's just press it together. That's not too bad. Right, so 20 minutes it is then. And back I went, I had dinner, we've had a nice long time. So first up, here are our cookies that are all set. I chose it so we've got one design on the front and the other design on the back. Got their cookie butter filling, and they're okay. I'm not sure, I don't know, I don't think this colour is giving me food vibes, this pink colour. To also work, I think, maybe if it wasn't the pink ones. I think those ones I'd have preferred personally. But let's get on to our cupcakes. So hopefully these are just gonna pop out nicely. Oh, there we go. Okay, so some are pretty good, others less so. Like I said, I think if I'd poured it in when it was still a bit more liquid, that'd have been perfect. So that was on me for taking too long with the mixing and pouring. But it's fine because we can use this one as more of our sort of tester for putting on the icing. So we've got the fancy nozzle. So let's just try and squeeze it so it comes out. There we go. There. Don't curl up like that. Okay. Oh, you can tell I'm no baker, I don't ice cakes. Right, maybe if we just kind of put the flour on and something like that. Just try another one. Okay, so I feel this is one where I need it a bit closer to my face to sort of see what I'm doing. It's kind of a bit too far away with me not being able to see properly. And here they are, and I think if you knew how to pipe, you could do really well with these, and with a little bit more practice, you could probably get there. But they look alright. I guess my only thought with these is, like, shouldn't they be in cake cases? Like, you don't normally have cakes outside of cake cases. But they do look cute. Right, so our last thing is the cake, so we'll just have to get it out the moulds. So that's set nicely. And then with decoration for this one, I realised it means you've got to do this all within 10 minutes, not wait 10 minutes. So we've got to like stick it together while it is still sticky. So let's just try and squidge this on. I think it's going to matter too much if it's that neat at the bottom. We just need to make a covering, I think. Might try using this just to smooth it all down. It does actually kind of look like icing, which is cool. Right, so that's that layer done, but I don't know. Wondering if I should cover this layer that I'm going to put to it just a little bit around the edge. So there we go, just like that, just so it will hopefully mush together better. So we're just covering in any little gaps so it all looks nice and frosted. Okay, so now the top, and I think I'm only going to put sprinkles on top. I don't want to put it like in the middle. I don't know, I think you need a lot thicker layer in the middle if you want to start trying to put sprinkles. Right, so again we'll just start kind of spreading that about. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that, and I better put some sprinkles on quickly before it starts to dry. So I'm gonna just be really careful and slow here because I don't want it looking silly. Although, you know, probably gonna end up with just a lot. That's fine. And there we go. I do think this was my favourite to make out of all of them. It sort of wasn't too hard. You really felt you're sort of doing something. And I think it looks quite effective. So here are all three of our Make It Mini from scratch. And order of preference least is these ones. Just because, I don't know, they've got a slightly plasticky rubbery texture. They don't really look like biscuits, cakes, anything. Like, I don't know, they just look like air hardening clay. Next up though is the little cupcakes. Those could have turned out better if I'd been better at both piping and if I'd poured them a bit earlier, so I wasn't just trying to put slightly setting stuff in the moulds. But something I know for future. Favourite though, this cake. I think it looks pretty cool and I'm pleased with that. I think that'd be a great birthday cake for my Barbies, just need to put some candles on. So if we have a quick look back at the collection guide, I would like that. 100% want the panda cake. Yeah, that'd be okay. The sheet cake, that would be cool. Wouldn't mind either of those. I've already done cupcakes, so I don't mind not getting that. Either of the pies would be interesting to see. Then we've got 4 kinds of very similar cookies, which I'd be fine not to bother with. Let me know though, which of these 3 you like most and which of the whole set you would love to get. And if you did like this video, please do hit the thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos, do subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!